So today I'm looking at a Fluke 77 meter that I picked up at a garage sale, and as you can see, actually this is my regular meter. I'm looking at a little over 2.7 volts, and here it's actually showing me more than half of that. And so I'm going to open up and take a look and see if I can figure out what's going on. I also have Nala here helping me. And so we'll see if I can take a look at it and see if I can fix it, get it working again. It's kind of an old meter, but it's kind of a classic, so it'd be nice if I could get it to work. It also has other problems too. It's not, I mean, the displays are a little bit wonky, but I'll take a look at that too. Okay, so we're going to pull it open. I left it on. Very simple to take apart. Used to belong to Lois. I don't know if you can see that. Lois. So she must have been a little upset when it failed. And I can't find the actual user service manual for this. This is a Series 1, I think, because it's not marked with the series, but the Series 2, that's what this service manual is from, so I'm just going to try to make do with it. It's got some differences, like the input circuit in here is all different. It's oftentimes got a different fuse in here. Yeah, so I'm just going to go through the troubleshooting manual and see what I've got. So we start out, turn the meter on. Does it power up? Yes. Meter powers up, but does not come out of self-test? Nope. Meter comes up, missing segments? A little bit. We're going to say no. Switch meter to voltage and apply 3 volts. Alright, we can do that. Now look at what's what here. So this is our common, and this is our, so we're going to apply 3 volts. So right around 3 volts, and we can see that on this meter here. And we don't have 3 volts, we have 1.2, and so that's a big no. So R1 open. So these things aren't marked. Maybe they're marked on the back. So let me take a minute. I'm going to take the circuit board out. I mean, it's very suspicious that the amount that it's off is around half, but yeah, it's not marked on the back either. So this is the U1, which is the analog A to D. This is the display driver. Before I go too far, I'm going to look at all these solder joints first and see if there's any problem there. But service manual's telling me that R1 could be open, RV1 or RV2 is shorted, contacts bad, open or out of tolerance, Z1. Z1 is this resistor block here, I think right here. But I'll look at all the solder joints on there and see if that's a problem. also clean this up. But yeah, let's see, and what else does it say? U1 bad, U1 shorted or bad pins. Okay, well, let's take a look at that. Get my magnifying glass out. Well, it looks like I accidentally fixed it. I was tracing the circuit. I was tracing the circuit, and I confirmed that we had a straight path across this 1K resistor, which is right here. It's also fusible. And then across the switch, which is 1 and 2 right there. Oh, now it went. Okay, so now it's messed up again. And so then when I trace here across the 1 mega ohm resistor and the spark arrestor, and then across switch 10 and 11, if I go to 10 and 11, which are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See, like, yeah, so really we're just getting bad contact in here. You see, as soon as I touched it, it kind of came back again. So I'm going to check for cold solder joints around the back. But I think if I just clean this thing off, I think that's going to make the difference, get this thing up and running. But there's also some tests that they have, and I'm going to run through those tests just to see what they look like too. So I'm going through the service thing, and I'm just kind of trying some different things out. First thing is checking the crystal oscillator, so go to pin 54, and so pin 54 is right here. Make a connection. So there we have a signal of 32.77, and we're looking for 32.768 kilohertz. So we have 3.88 volts peak to peak. So that looks good. So I just put a little deoxit on these contacts. Just going to work them. Okay, well, I cleaned it, and now it's back to its not working correctly. So I swear I just touched it in here. Yeah, it's right in here. Well, I'm going to resolder those two connections, because that's when I press right here. So it's either these contacts underneath or these here. I'll try resoldering it. Looks like it might have worked. Let's hook our other meter up to the same voltage source and see what it says. What? Okay, so let's say volts AC, volts DC. Yeah, we just don't seem to be getting good contact. Okay, so now we're checking the reference voltage. Check for reference voltage at 1 volt at pin 14 of the UI. So if that's pin 15, it's hard to get in there. See if I can find an easier place to get to it. Yeah, we have 1.77 volts. By R8. Adjustable by R8. R8 is what? So now let's push on this again. Now we got 10. Now let's see what our reference voltage is. $1.7. I don't get that. This value's off again, so push. Yeah, so now our reference voltage is right around 1 volt, almost exactly. So where does the reference voltage come from? 14. So we've got see, I don't even see. So here's 14, 1 volt. There's a voltage divider of 205K and 56.2K, a diode. Here's the calibration. Well, that's interesting. So when I press on this, so our reference voltage, so this right here is going to ground, then we've got 100K, then we come up, I think, probably into these two guys right here, Then we have this diode. And voltage divider to 14. So we look at see if I can get it. Okay. So there's at 10. So there's my 1 volt right there. When it's reading correctly, that's right at 1 volt. Let me check the solder connections on this. So this is perplexing. So this is the potentiometer, and if I go across the potentiometer, well, now we get 35K. There it's shorted. Before I was getting half a meg. Yeah, I don't get it. Yeah, they're getting 1.7 meg. I think that potentiometer is bad. I don't know. I'm gonna pull it out of there and try a different one. Okay, now let's see what it does. Same thing. Dang it. How can I do the same thing? Looks like it's having no effect at all. So here's what I find perplexing is that this, I've been messing around with this because the reference voltage here is off, and this resistor here is supposed to be 20.5, and if I measure it, I've got the potentiometer pulled out. It's 162K. And I don't get that. It doesn't look like it's soldered in there great, but still it seems weird to me. It's not like I can move it and get the resistance to change, I don't think. Let's see if I can get in there. Yeah, so I'm going to try resoldering it, see if that makes a difference. I kind of doubt it. Let's see, where is it again? Well, now it looks right. Well, let me... Okay, that's better. Could that have fixed it? Okay, well, let me try putting the potentiometer back in there. Okay, so let's look at what my other scope thinks the voltage is. How about that? Beautiful. So I think that was our problem, is that so checking the reference line here, it wasn't 1 volt. I mean, it wasn't 1 volt, and I thought it was probably this potentiometer, but it wasn't. It was actually a cold solder joint, or a broken solder joint right here on this resistor. And this is kind of a 205K, it's a weird resistor, 1%. And yeah, so that was a problem. So now if I look at, we take this guy and look at what our voltage divider voltage is, we get right around 1 volt. Perfect. I think we fixed it. Anyway, so now I'm just going to put it back together. So that seems to be the fix. And so, if you liked the video, please subscribe, click on like. Thanks, bye.